you all. I mean, this is the third time I've spoken here. I appreciate the invitation again. Yeah, for the last 15 years I spoke 3 times. I'm going to try to yell because the mask kind of muffles the sound. So, yeah, all right. Don't take it the wrong way if I'm yelling. So anyway, the first time I think I came here to like kind of let you know what solar panels were. The second time I believe we kind of let you know that we have financing now for the solar panels for residential and all that. I think by this time everybody knows that there's many companies that are visiting us in our homes and letting us know that solar panels are good for the environment and for replacing your electric costs. Most of those companies are from out of town. We're the only one out of 7 companies that started in the valley. We're the only ones left. It's a tough business. You have to guarantee the electric work for 25 years. So you pretty much have to know what you're doing. Now, being the only local company, this time I'm here to ask two helps from the lines. The first one, I'm pretty sure you're going to help me because it's very easy. The first, this is an introduction to a program where we want to give something back to the community. Okay, so what we want to do is install a solar panel completely free for a single mother that needs it. Okay, why single mothers? Because we want to help out the community to the ones that need it the most. So we have some requirements that the single mothers are going to have to meet in order for the single mother to be elected to get the free system. And when I say free, we're going to pay the permits, we're going to pay the panels, we're going to pay the installation, we're going to pay. It's a turnkey project. There's not going to be any cost whatsoever. Now, in order for us to do this, we asked the Catholic Diocese of Brownsville, to supervise the election of this family. We estimate so far that we're going to be donating 1 system per month. So we're going to have a pool of mothers or single mother families that are going to be subscribed. The church is going to, a board is going to evaluate the mother or the mothers that apply, and they're going to have points. Obviously, this is for low-income single mothers. So if middle class and upper class pretty much don't have a chance to earn this promotion. We were going to connect to the projector, but I guess we were overwhelmed by technology. And in the end, I'm going to try to present here in the computer. So again, during these challenging times, and especially right now, we have more than 30% of unemployment. So we want to help those single mothers that are still working or trying to make it through these rough times of the pandemic, and give something back to the community, like we just mentioned. So how do they qualify to this program? Basically, being a single mother, own her property, because if they rent, we cannot install something that is going to last 25 years or more. They pretty much need to own their house, or being the proprietor of that land. Obviously, being low income. Okay, this is not for the middle class or the upper class. This is something for the most needy. Being an active employee. Why? Because we are helping people that need it. Unfortunately, if they're switching between jobs, that's fine. But as long as they prove that they're working somewhere from time to time, they'll be eligible. The reason for that is because we need to know that they're going to be able to make the other payments, like the mortgage, water, all that. So this is a help for those struggling mothers. Okay, we want them to help. We can't help in any other way, because what we do is we install solar panels. So that's what we do. And obviously, this is for local mothers. They have to live in the Rio Grande Valley, okay, the southwest part of Texas. All nominees will be judged by an independent jury or board that is going to be formed by all the nonprofits that we have helped over the past 15 years. The church, school boards, pretty much all the nonprofits There's a couple more nonprofits in Harlingen, engineering firms, because they have supervised many of our projects. When we first started 15 years ago, some of us here started to be our customers, then we became friends, and now we're customers of some of you. So we have been circulating around. And again, whoever those boards or whoever these nonprofits nominate are going to have a score points from a board, and then the diocese will select which family goes first. Then the second selection for next month is going to be selected by another nonprofit. Okay? So that's pretty much it. How you can help. Obviously, we're going to send you the package or a list of, or a form where you can nominate as many as 10 mothers. Remember, whoever you nominate is going to remain on that pool. So eventually, if we get the help from more organizations, we will add as many mothers as we can. Okay? Now, the second form that you can help is just make a donation through the diocese or through the Lions Club or any nonprofit that wants to join in. They can join in, and we will help more mothers as we get help from you guys. How can we help being volunteers for some of the installs? We need some hands to carry the panels. We'll put our own electricians and our own certified guys to do the roof work. That's our donation. But we would like to get to a point that we donate to 2 mothers per month, 3 mothers per month, and help out the valley. So that's pretty much it. There's 2 ways to help us. Obviously, I'm going to give you the form that you can help us nominate single mothers. I've met many over the past 5 years, so that's why we're starting this project. Hopefully, we'll reach many families or single mothers, and that's the way we're trying to give back a little bit to the community. Obviously, 5 minutes or more for questions. I don't know if anybody has one.
Any questions, anybody? Wow.
Are you, of course there's going to be one for me. Can you talk about just a regular person that wants solar panels? How do they go about all that?
Oh,
what
sure.
What does that cost and all that?
Okay, just for example, if you want, let's say you're talking about yourself. Mm-hmm. There's a program from the Department of Energy that pretty much they give you the money so that you don't have to put any money up front to install solar panels in your house. Many companies offer this. The Department of Energy hires like some sort of broker, like a real estate broker that supervises that we do our job and that you guys pay. Because over the last 10 years, there's these problems with when the money was given to the end customer, the contractor was not paid. Or the other way around, where we got the money, some of the contractors did the work. So right now we have a supervisor that's a broker. They pretty much supervise that we do our job correctly and that you guys pay. So without putting any money in advance, pretty much you subscribe to this program, we go install the panels. Generally, if you're paying, let's say, $200, you would end up paying $195. We try to do that. The only exceptions are where the utilities require us to do, or we have to install batteries. This is pretty much Brownsville so far in the valley, because they don't buy one-to-one. They pretty much buy you at 25%. The electricity they buy from you, they buy it at 25% of the 100% that they sell you. And remember, we can only produce electricity between 10 a.m. Well, between 10 a.m. mostly to 3 p.m. We do produce from 6 a.m. to 10, but it's just a few kilowatt hours. So we try to sell as much during those hours to the electric company so we can buy at night what we overproduce. In the end, what you want to do is net zero the bill. This is not for like, you want to make money. No, this program is not free. If you overproduce, the electric company saves it for you for 12 months and then considers it like kind of a donation. I don't know if I explained more or less what you were asking.
So you have to have a battery also with it?
No, just in Brownsville. Just in Brownsville and some parts of Brownsville. Because the local public utility board,
PV.
VUB, doesn't buy at 100% of what we sell to them. Or the electricity we sell to them, they buy it at 25%. So we install a battery so that we can charge the battery during the day and the customer can use it at night, that electricity. And we don't have to sell, or we try not to sell to the electric company. And here in Harlingen, we have Magic Valley, who's a great company to buy back a net zero. And AP also does that. And what the difference between Magic Valley and AP will save you that electricity for 12 months, or whatever you overproduce. Magic Valley needs to be produced that month and used that month. So that's it.
So there used to be a 30% tax rate.
Yes.
Is that still in place?
If that's part of the, you need to calculate that for you to have a return of investment of 5 to 7 years. Right now, we don't have 30% anymore. This is the last month to have 26%. Next year goes to 22%, and then after that is nada, zero.
You're talking about the Internal Revenue Reserve.
Yes, that's a very important question. Not everybody qualifies
Yeah.
for that 26 or 22% next year. You have to be working and paying taxes to the IRS, because that's when the incentive comes. So if you're W-2, they send you back the money that you overpaid or that you paid during the year.
Right.
If you're a self-employed or contractor, they pretty much tell you, okay, you were gonna pay me $10,000, you're not gonna pay me anymore. You keep that money for your solar plant that you're financing that, or that you pay cash. So that's pretty much how it works.
All right. Right.
Any other question?
Do the panels go on the roof of your house?
We generally, okay, the way we install, we have to point them south. We try to point them south all the time. So answering your question, we try to install in the roof, but let's say that the front of your house is pointing south, and you don't want them on top of your roof because they're gonna be on the front. We go then on the back or over the garage and build you a canopy. And in that canopy, we place the panels and point them south. Some customers prefer not to put them or not to place them south. East and west, you lose about 40% of the energy. So you try not to do that. You try as much as possible. But some customers are notified then that they're gonna have a loss because of that direction. Pretty much in the morning, if you're pointing the east, they're gonna have a lot of sun. But in the afternoon, they're not gonna have anything. So that's what, when I see an install that's pointing everywhere, even north, unfortunately, you know that they didn't do the job right. So that's a shame, because we eventually then have to correct those mistakes, and it's not good. I'm getting, with the oxygen is a little bit missing now with the mask. Oh, that's a great question though.
So whenever you put the panels in and you have the monthly charge, does that monthly charge ever stop? I mean, do you ever pay it off, or is it just?
That's an excellent question, yeah. Okay, so let's say that what we do is we calculate, based on your last 12 months, we calculate how many kilowatt hours you use per year, okay? And we calculate that the power plant that is gonna be used to produce that amount of kilowatt hours per year. And how we calculate that, remember, we only have from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So let's say that you need 1,000 kilowatt hours per month. We have to generate those 1,000 kilowatts during the day between 10 and 3. So we overproduce during that time. Let's say that you go to Home Depot and buy a power plant, and you produce from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. with using gas or gasoline. So whenever you produce that, that will be the same that using a power plant from Home Depot, but instead of buying a power plant from Home Depot and using gas or gasoline, you're putting a solar power plant and use the sun, which is free. That's how we calculate it. So in the end, when we produce the 1,000 watts that you were going to use during the month, and let's say you have a lot of parties, or guess what, the kids or grandkids came back home, and we're now quarantined all day there, you're going to be using, I don't know, 1,300 kilowatt hours. You're going to have a bill. You're going to have a bill from the electric company, let's say that's Green Mountain or any other supplier. So
right now, we have a lot of customers with the quarantine that overpass whatever we calculated. Some of them are buying more panels, and some of them are saying, okay, let's take the bullet for a while and see if we end up, or whenever the quarantine ends, we're gonna go back to normal life.
I think you asked me though, the base charge for the.
There's no base charge unless you're with, I think Magic Valley charges between $25 and $40, more or less, depending on which city you're in.
So I put the panels on. I don't have to pay the cost because the government has funded that. I never have to pay that money back. Yes or
No.
No?
Okay. You don't have any upfront cost, meaning you don't have to.
Upfront, but I have, that's upfront, but do I have to pay that money back to?
Yes, monthly.
Okay, so I generate 1,000 kilowatt hours.
Mhm.
I use about 1,000. So I send it to the power company, they distribute it, and then I also use it. So that's a zero, so basically.
Net zero, yes.
My electric consumption bill is zero.
Exactly.
But I've got costs, I have to pay somebody for those panels.
Yes.
Is that you, is that the power
The
company?
broker.
I have to pay the broker my
Yes.
monthly,
Your monthly, the loan from the government to pay for the panels.
okay.
So generally for let's say that you are using 1,000 watts, okay? 1,000 kilowatt hours per month, I'm
Okay.
sorry. 1,000 kilowatt hours would mean more or less 7 kW, meaning 7,000 watts. That you multiply that times 4, which includes the installation and the financing, so you're talking about $28,000 of investment. If you pay cash, it's only about $21,000, more or less. So the $28,000 is what you're going to be paying over the next 20 years.
20.
If you invest a little bit more, you can get off of that plan. Instead of 20 years, you get off in 5 to 7, more or less. And depending, very important, depending on how many taxes you're paying to the IRS.
So if my usage is equal to my production, whatever it was I was spending on electricity, $150, $200, I'm basically paying my broker now. So the
Yes.
cost of electricity washes.
Yes.
But that budget that I'm paying in my household then goes for paying back the hardware.
That's exactly right, yeah.
But
I
you
wouldn't
have,
describe it better than
you
you.
have an asset that's non-taxable also,
Yeah.
so it's
And
it's investment and you
Yeah,
just.
I understand.
yeah,
I just
they-
wanted, I wasn't sure how the consumption piece worked,
Right.
and who got paid for the panels. It's the broker.
It's a broker. We get paid by the broker once we prove that the plant is well installed according to code and that we pass inspections from both the city, the county, or AB, or Magic Valley, or PUD.
So I have one more question to you guys, Chris and David, is these things are hurricane, I mean, does your insurance go up because now you've got something that can rip your roof off, or these
No.
withstand hurricanes?
They have to put them to the design that it's not affecting the structure of your roof.
Okay,
And they have, most of them that they're installed, or Alex installs, rated for class 4 hail, which is a baseball size hail. So,
and if they are hit by hail, they're covered by insurance, or they're
Both
covered under
insurance-
manufacturer's replacement?
Both your insurance and our manufacturer warranty.
And do I have to let my insurance know I now have solar panels so that?
Yes, most of the insurance companies will cover them without
Yeah.
letting them know.
But you need to let them know once you get it installed?
Yeah.
But it's preferable that you let them know.
yeah.
And
So you have them installed, 3 years later, you decide to sell your house. Is there a mechanics lien on the?
it's not a lien, it's based on your credit score. So if you leave them there, you still have a loan with the broker.
So you can't pass it on to the buyer.
You can, but in my experience, it's better that you take them with you.
Just take the
As
panel.
far as I know, we're the only company that offers that. So there's a moving charge, obviously, to pay for permits, electricians and all that, but we can take your panels to wherever you go, as long as it's in Texas.
So if you're putting them on to
Increase the cost of the house to cover that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But, yeah, go ahead.
So if you're moving, if you're doing it, because I had a client who wanted to do this, he wanted to put them on so he could increase the resale value of his house. Well, he died. So he's not worried about moving them, But does it really? His situation would have better just to pay for them up front and then add that into the.
I'm gonna tell you
value
my
of the
personal
house.
experience. I own, I'm trying to sell a house in Brownsville. That's where I live. Most of our business is now moving towards McAllen. And again, Brownsville is kind of hard to sell a system over there because of the battery that you have to install. So I'm selling my house over there. It's got an 11 kW system. Nobody, I mean, the realtors are not adding that value to the house. Basically, if you try to sell a home here, they just pay you $52 per square feet, and they don't care if you have the latest in solar panels, the latest in control systems. They just pay you $52 per, which is what the market is paying. So again, I would take them with myself. I mean, I would take them with me to wherever I'm going, and that's what I'm going to do. That's what I did actually. So I took them with me.
My old house, I sold it with them, and I included the cost in there, and I was able to get rid of it.
Yes, I mean,
But you still had the loan, or you just went ahead and paid it off?
No, it was paid off.
You did it.
So that new owner is not paying anything. Their electric bill is zero.
It also, remember, we calculate based on your lifestyle. The new owner may have, I don't know, 5 more kids than you,
Okay.
and then their lifestyle is going to be more expensive or use more electricity.
What's the lifespan of the panel?
I've been on this business for 15 years. So I can tell you that in 15 years you lose 1% of efficiency every year. So we estimate that by the end of year 25, you lose 25%. I haven't been there, but I've seen constant reduction as promised by the manufacturers. So the lifespan is going to be probably 30 years. The solar panels degrade just like a t-shirt would if you put it on the sun. So the first year it's going to be, let's say you buy a yellow shirt, next year it's going to be a little bit less yellow, and so on until it reaches white and then it just disappears. That's how pretty much you know that the solar panel is going to not work anymore.
But at the end of your financing term, whether that's 5 years, 10, whatever you did, if your production is about the same as your consumption, you potentially don't even have a lot. After you're done paying off the panels, you're at zero cost.
Yes. That's exactly. Yeah. Very great question.
The warranty, so what's the warranty on it?
The warranty. Most companies offer 20 years. We offer 25. So it really depends. As far as I know, the law specifies 5-year guarantee at least. But most companies we offer more than 20. So maintenance, by the way, needs to be every year at least. You need to power wash them because they're like windows. As you can see, these windows get dirty a little bit, and you need to wash them. If you don't wash them, pretty much all the dirt accumulated on the panels is like a cloudy day, or even worse, a rainy day. So we recommend our customers to wash them every month just with the hose from down or wherever you are. And then we have right now a promotion that we yearly give that power wash, included in the cost of the system.
Do the panels go on top of the roof, or do you have to remove the roof, part of the roof to put them on, or are they just
An
set
excellent
up?
question. We once we touch the roof, we've learned over the years that we're going to be liable for them. So if we see a roof that is not going to last 20 years, we recommend that you hire a roofer to do the shingles and all that, because
But it lays on top of the roof.
the way we do it is we place it under we lift the shingle, place a flashing, lower the shingle, then put sealant there to prevent any more water leaking inside, and then that's how we do it in a shingle roof. Any other roofs like TPO, flat roofs, it's the same kind of same process, but different.
It's not recessed in the roof
What do you mean?
though. You
recess?
don't cut out a hole. And
No. We try to aim for the beam. Structural engineers pretty much ask us that we have at least to use a self-screwing or a screw that is specified for a mechanical pull-out force that the wind is not going to lift them. So both in metal, glass.
But if you have to replace your roof, you have to take the panels off, put the new roof, and then put them back on.
what I've seen over the past 15 years is that if you put the panels up top, they protect the roof below because there's no sun hitting the roof, so it lasts a little bit longer.
Any other questions?
No, thank you.
Thank you.